Ironwood Games. This is Andrew, and welcome back to our quick Emblem draft, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Hopefully you saw that last video. If not, I say go watch it, see what our strategy was on that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, that would be a great time to subscribe. We're sitting just over 50 subscribers, and we'd love to get that number up. Hopefully you enjoy this content, and we're going to try some good stuff with you. So we're going to jump in, play some games. We're playing 10 lands, 5 color, 5 drops with this emblem. And we're also going to be willing to mulligan aggressively, as we're not really trying to cast value out of our hand. Our goal is to just every turn get something on the board and just see if we can get big stuff and drag this out. I have no idea how it's going to work. So we have Promising Vein, which one land by itself isn't great. We have higher stuff. We're going to mulligan this. I don't like that. I don't mind. Here we go. Island Cycling. One more land would get there. We have the Swamp Cycler as well. I think this is keepable. We're going to put the Geological Appraiser back because it is double red, which we'll never be able to cast. I don't think we have the second red source in here. And so that's fine. Might be something we have to go and adjust. I didn't look at that when we were building here, but our opponent got to go first, and that's going to be, I think, very good in this format. We drew a land, which is very good for us. Do we want to return up to 1 target permanent card from our graveyard? Unfortunately, we don't have anything to return, but we do get the Discover trigger on it, so I think we are going to just do it and get another Discover. Yeah, we'll do that. And we will stutter our opponent. If they put it on top, they draw it. And if they put it on bottom, it goes away and they've got to do something else. Now our next couple of turns we can Island Cycle and Swamp Cycle. So they did draw it. Let's see. What are we looking at here? Alamet Veteran. The other thing that we know is we can get the shuffle. No, the cycling will give us the shuffle. I don't want to shuffle right now because do I mind shuffling? No, I think we go next. We end the turn, we discover 5, we see what we get. I mean, we got nothing else to do. We're not going to take that action with it, so we might as well Song of Stupefaction that thing. Our opponent unfortunately got a pretty good hit, and we have not gotten, I think, great hits. Yeah, that seems fine. I think I'm just gonna, cancel that. I'm gonna Island Cycle because only 2 islands in the deck. And that way we hit our second, in case we don't draw our, we don't draw the island on accident. Where if we Swamp Cycle first, and then we drew the island, then that doesn't cycle to anything. It also, by discarding this, puts this down to a 4. Instead, Death Touch 1/3 is good. So yeah, we drew the Swamp, which is fine. So we could play like a 1/4. I'm not going to block a Death Toucher with it. I think we just pass, try and hit something. Good. Curator is great. Curator is a great thing to hit because now we get our double discovers. Unless they kill it, which is really good for them and something they probably should do. If they have the ability to, they should definitely kill it. Otherwise, this might help us catch up on this. Sure. We'll see. They attack with everything. I think we do Swamp Cycle. Get our other swamp. We don't need blockers because we're about to die. I'm just going to take a big hit here and hope that our opponent doesn't hit something good off of the Discover. They did. Okay, so they're definitely going for, like, they've definitely got something, the good stuff and big things again, kind of like we were looking at. Doing, because I don't have anything else to do with my mana, I am gonna play out a creature. I don't want to attack into the 5/2, even though we would trade it. No attack, I won't. Do we have anything to kill with that? We don't. Do we want a creature to explore and then explore again? Or do we just put it in our hand? Yeah, let's... Creature explores. Let's have you explore. Yeah, we'll play that. That seems good. And, oh. Does that kill two things of our opponent's? We're gonna draw it, but we can play it next turn. So I think we keep that there. Yeah, that looks good. We've got options now. We've got, I think, a board state that's looking pretty good. We're going to draw this. We're probably going to drop it next turn. And just kill off our opponent's 2 creatures. And then we might attack. Depending on what we've got and what our opponent's looking at here. So we had a couple of hits or misses on the first couple of Discovers. Alright, so we can't just take a bunch of damage. That's for certain. What we can do is block here. And block here. Well, that dies to our thing, so I think we trade here. Even though it just gets the Death Toucher off the board. I think that's right. Yeah, let's do that. Go to 1. I guess we could have sacrificed something. I don't think. I don't know. All right, oh, that actually is really good for us, because our opponent is going to lose 3 of their creatures. I don't think we attack for just 2 damage, since we're sitting here at 1 life. I think we hope to hit a couple of good hits. Yeah, we will search for a forest. Yeah, we'll put that on the battlefield. That seems fine. And we'll grab a forest. It goes on. And now we can bring back something to the battlefield like our Brinefang. The finality counter is just in exiles if it would die, right? Yeah. So this is scary. We are at 1 life. If our opponent finds a way to make something unblockable, we're not looking pretty. I would really like to be able to gain some life. We may have to start sacrificing. Ooh, that's good. Let's resolve that. I think we just sacrifice the 2, and we pass to attackers. I really don't like that because we were getting some decent things here. We do have the green. Yeah. Resolve. I really need to start hitting Ordeal Gnar. It's a trades with this 2/5 on it, so again, I don't think we attack. I think we yeah, that seems fine. And let's see. Ooh, that seems good. Okay, so we're starting to get board state here. I just would like to get to, and we are at the point where we can attack pretty soon. We just need to be able to hit, like hitting, 3 attacks to hit for at least 10, or force my opponent to trade stuff is going to be really good. Crafting with a creature, yeah, that's going to kill us if we let them trade that because it drains us. Desperately need to gain some life. Okay, that's also really good. But yeah, I'm happy to get attacked and trade for a Death Touch lifelink. Yeah, resolve that. The question is, activate only as a sorcery. So it has trample though, so we have to actually block it. Pass to blockers. This has menace, which lets us get in for free. One blocker. I'm gonna sack it though. I think we sack this, and then this goes down to a 0. And actually doesn't do any damage, and we gain the life anyways. So I think that if we're gonna lose a creature, our opponent doesn't gain the life. This is now a nothing. Our opponent is it Fungal Fortitude that they're looking at? This Acolyte is like doing work. So we're probably gonna put the Brawler down Well, depending on what we have, we could put the Pilgrim down. Yeah. Tapped under its owner's control. So you're probably... I don't know what you want to put it on, to be honest. This is interesting. Let's go to combat. We attack with this one. We need to get that. I think we play this guy because he can start attacking. We can start putting counters on other things and eaten by piranhas. What would we put it on? This thing that's a 1/1 and loses all of its abilities? Yeah, well... No, I think we put it in our hand and we hold it. Unlucky drop. I think we bounce your frilled cave worm. Don't want to bounce the artifact because that'll just make us sacrifice something. Now I am at the point where I am happy, I think, to trade these if I need to. Yeah, this curator is doing some pretty good work. Because we get eaten by piranhas once this comes back. We can also be eaten by piranhas. This thing, like, we've got some options here. Yeah, resolve that. That's fine. We gotta pass the blockers, and then I think we trade. Sure. Okay, there we go. Resolve that. Resolve that. I think we kill that now, but we could kill it after they spend the money on it. Resolve that. That's fine. The money, the mana on it. This is getting a little spoopy. They do have enough to do that. What do we want to do? That's a good question. What do we want to do? We need 1 mana for Brought to Dawn. So we need this to attack, so I think we attack and attack. 2 attackers. This thing can't block. They want to trade. Yeah, I think I put the counter on it, so that way both are bad blocks. Next. Otherwise they take 3 or 12 and go to 6. Sorry. They take 12 and go to 3. Or they can double block something or chump. Because I think their plan right now, their best plan is to kind of go wide. We're gonna destroy something at some point when we need to, which we don't need to right now. Because they're not going to be able to use that very quickly or effectively. We have eaten by piranhas, So we can put down a 5 and have this mana up. I think Eaten by Piranhas on the Veteran is just better. And then I think Brawler, well, yeah, I think we can Brawler, Buried Treasure. Buried Treasure lets us cash in the Brontodon. End turn, we discover, yeah, we'll get to return something from our graveyard to our hand. Yeah, that one's actually really good. Looks like we've got pretty much lethal. Song of Stupefaction. I think we'll take the Soul Coil Viper. I don't think it matters. I think we've got this one in hand between the Panicked Altasaur and the Acolytes. We have enough blockers, we just have to stay alive. But being this low on life is a little nerve-wracking. Yeah, I don't know, did our opponent have... I thought we saw green from our opponent, but maybe I'm wrong. I just don't know if they're like missing land drops or what's with these cards in their hand. Okay, resolve. That's at the beginning of their upkeep, unfortunately. For them. Because I do get to blow it up. Yeah, that's fine. Resolve. Pass to blockers. Death Touch. Does it have trample? I'm gonna... Well, I could... It doesn't have trample. Can they give it trample? I don't think so. They get to gain life. That's fine, because I still think we have enough damage. My turn. Okay. Alright, this is where we gotta figure out how to play it. This puts him at 5, 4, 3. This can't block. So I think... I mean, I think we attack with everything. And we don't attack with this, because that would need the 2 damage on. Yeah, we attack, attack, attack. This needs menace. Give it trample. I think those are the right attacks. Put the counter on there. Next to blockers. Yeah, this would kill us. We would, in response, sack something to gain the life back. Alright. Next, let's see if that is enough to kill our opponent with the tramplers. Yeah, okay. We did it. That was kind of fun. We took quite a beating getting there. So let's try one more. That was what, 25 minutes? That was a long one. But it just, I mean, and that's what we're expecting, is kind of just build the board and do that. Once we started hitting, we were doing good. Yeah, this is an interesting emblem. I like playing the different emblem matches. I think they make it. It's the one thing I will say I do like, or one of the things I like on Arena is the emblems that they come up with, or the emblem matches they come up with, and make it interesting. Let's see. Okay, it looks like we did find an opponent now. Two lands here. Thrashing Brontodon. I don't love having these things in my hand. Because I don't mind. Again, we can mulligan pretty aggressively. No, this doesn't look good. I'd like to get like 2 lands and a cycler. Keep 5? Nah, we're gonna send this back again. Our opponent probably thinks we're crazy, and we are. But island cycling this, we'll keep these 4. Okay, what are we gonna put back? We're gonna put back the Panicked Altasaur. We're gonna put back the Thrashing Brontodon and the Adaptive Gym Guard. Alright, our opponent is going first, which, given our situation last game, was pretty bad for us. This is good. We can cycle. Do that. We want to cycle first before we sack this, because it comes in tapped on that. So I think we cycle, and then we have the island, and maybe Promising Vein. Our opponent is just into this turn. Okay, doing interesting things. Next, ball attack. Next, end turn. Let's see what we get off of our. Do we want to do that? I'll put that in my hand. That does nothing right now. Getting the island cycling, we may then crack the vein for a black off the Malicious Escape. Okay, so our opponent's got like enchantments. Enchantments like crazy. Has not hit very well on. There we go, got a Colossodactyl. Okay. Eaten by piranhas. Yeah. As much as I want to, Is our opponent going to block? Yeah, let's find out. Because I'm happy for the race if they do block. I don't want them to get this Descendant trigger. Permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Discover 4. Oh, I should have Promising Feigned in response. Damn it. We messed that up, but that's alright. No, we can Island Cycle. Yeah, we'll play this guy as our 2/2. I think Island Cycling is fine. That guy actually is fine to bring back. Just the Promising Vein would have let us get both swamps on that, I think. But then we wouldn't have been able to eaten by piranhas. Ooh. I'm not sure what our opponent's doing here, but I like it. Okay, resolve that. Resolve that. Now, I believe if we do this, it's going to lose all of its abilities and become a 1/1. That's fine. It's... yeah, that's fine. The board. Yeah, they've got their Curator, which is not great for us. Okay. Let's see what we get. Do we have an artifact in our graveyard? I don't. So let's do that. We'll strike 3. Do I just want to... I want to draw Forest, right? Don't want to glimpse the core. Yeah, I think we don't mind hitting that. That's what we're going to do. Now the problem is, though, shuffling off our cycling is kind of bad. I think we might have been able to sequence that differently, and I just... the interface... yeah, that's fine. Our opponent did fairly well on getting some removal and lots of things. That Curator is going to do so much work for them. Got Panicked Altisword. Oh my goodness. Alright. Oh my goodness. Graveyard to your hand. Luckily, they only have the 1. So it's not terrible. Right. Forest. Yeah, we want to draw Scavenger, isn't it? Graveyard to your hand. We can get something decent like eaten by piranhas. Which at least turns this off. Like, as much as I don't want to be that the thing I get back, I think we turning off the double trigger is actually really good, and we're ahead on life. We're not doing as bad. We can get our own Curator. We have 2 of them. Okay, we want to get Swamp off of the Promising Vein. Don't forget that, ladies and gentlemen. Pass 2 attackers. Yeah, you can create treasure. Unfortunately, because I want to eat this thing, past blockers, no blocks. I'm gonna have to let that swing and happen. Yeah, our opponent's had good stuff and is doing some interesting things. Are you crafting this? You don't have a cave, though. What are you doing? Just Colossadactyl? Foot gnome. Yeah, getting just dinosaurs. Ugh. Cancel. Let's make sure it uses the correct mana. We need to keep that from triggering. Oh my goodness. Alright, they've got some really good stuff. We're gonna lose to this. Almost assuredly we are gonna lose to this, as our opponent has just really good stuff, and has got continued to get really good stuff. That doesn't do much for us. Turning off that curator was good, but it was a little late. We need to exile that thing. All right, we've got options here. We're not dead. I think it's a mistake if our opponent attacks with 2 creatures because they don't get the lifelink death touch. Yeah, that's what they want to do. Are we willing to double here? I think we are. Yeah. I think we just have to get rid of stuff. Our opponent has plenty of land. I'm not worried about that. Like, we just need to get into a point of... Can we, like... The Eclipse is fine. I mean, our opponent knows about it, so they should start putting counters on other things. Ooh, Ceratops. They just got some really, really good stuff here. So if we island cycling Acolyte... Let's make sure, again, I want to tap. So that we can do the right things. We need one more swamp to hit that. Alright, we're not attacking, we're just dying. Come on. Whammies. great. I think we get the Promising Fame back. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's really good. Like I said, I think we lose this one. Our opponent, just with all their red stuff, everything they got going on, is probably just too much. This just hits for 5 twice and we're dead. I mean, we're dead in 2 turns. They attack with everything here. I think we're dead. So I think they have a much better... Oh no. I think we've seen enough. We're gonna have to sacrifice something, and then we're just taking way too much. So, well, interesting. So yeah, they got some really good stuff. In that, the first one we really had to grind to get. Thanks for watching these ones. We'll see you in the next set. Bye, everybody.